Hi, I'm Pam Bennett, State Master Gardener Coordinator. Let's talk about pruning. Pruning is used for many different reasons. One reason we prune is to take care of the height of the plant, or if a plant's gotten out of bounds or overgrown or leggy, we can prune as well. Another reason we prune is for disease and insect control. And another reason for apple trees, for instance, is to open up the middle of the plant in order to allow for better air circulation. A good rule of thumb when pruning flowering plants is to prune after they finish blooming. That way you don't cut off the flower buds for next year. Proper pruning tools are also an important key to success. Most importantly, make sure they're sharp. Clean them each fall before you put them away so that they're ready to use next spring. Hand pruners are good to use for branches that are a ½ inch or smaller. For branches a ½ inch to an inch in size, use loppers. These have a longer handle and give you a little bit better leverage. For branches an inch or larger in diameter, use a pruning saw for best cut. When you're pruning hedges or shearing hedges, it's very important to use a hedge shear of good quality that leaves a nice, sharp, clean cut on the foliage. Deciduous plants such as flowering trees, shade trees, and fruit trees should be pruned in the dormant season. On the other hand, evergreens are treated a little bit differently. Pines, for instance, you prune those when the new buds break in the springtime and you see the new candles or new growth beginning. Spruces, taxus, and arborvitae can be pruned just about any time. Most people like to prune them early in the spring, though, to shape them up for the summer season. There are several different methods that you can use for pruning. If you want to keep a plant's natural shape, the best method is to go down into the plant and remove branches off down in the plant where it's somewhat hidden. Select your taller branches and simply go back down into the plant, right down to another bud or stem, and remove that branch. That way you don't mess up the natural shape. Another method to reduce the height of the plant, as well as to encourage branching and consequent bushiness, is to cut the plant straight across the top, all back at the same height. By doing this, you'll encourage new branching, new growth, and a much fuller, bushier plant. Rejuvenation pruning is a method that we use when plants get really out of control and overgrown. It's done in the early spring, just before the plants leaf out. Simply cut the plant back to the ground, about 2 inches above the crown, and watch it flourish in the early spring. Pruning is an art and a science. The art comes into play when you're trying to decide which branches to remove. The first thing to do is to remove any dead, diseased, or dying branches, such as this one right here. A proper pruning cut is essential to the overall health of the tree. Look for what we call the branch bark collar. This is the smallest ring right below the branch. Cut right there. You don't want to make a flush cut, nor do you want to leave stubs. The next thing to do is to remove any suckers from the base of the tree. Remove any water sprouts. These are the branches that grow straight up into the tree. Finally, stand back and take a look at the structure of the tree. Any branches that are crossing or rubbing can also be removed.
For more information on your gardening questions or to talk to a gardening expert, visit plantersplace.com.